Once again, Inkstitch version 3.0.0 has released. This video is going to be how to install it on everything. Linux, Mac, Windows, and yes, I have finally gotten a virtual machine of Mac OS to work. It is Catalina. As far as I know, Inkscape's installed, and I can't tell for sure because I have no idea what I'm doing in Mac, but I'm going to run with it anyway. Let's see what happens. So the first one I'm going to do is Windows. Second one I'm going to do is Mac, and the third one I'm going to do is Linux. I'm leaving Linux to last because I'm going to do Linux 3 times. I'm going to do a deb, RPM, and then the command line, the SH installer, script installer. There, I finally got it out there. So I'm going to do 3 of them on Linux. It'll be last. So here we go. All right, first up on the list is my brand new install of a virtual machine of Mac OS. I have previously installed Inkscape. Make sure that you install Inkscape first. Also, make sure that you run Inkscape first. You want to go through this quick setup guide, the first one that pops up when you run it. Thanks. You can uncheck the show every time button and hit new document. This is the Inkscape from the Inkscape.org website. It is not from the macOS App Store. Now that we have that running, we can actually just close it out. We are going to go to Safari. We're going to go to Inkstitch.org. Click Install Inkstitch, macOS. There's one for Monterey, and the rest of them are for everything else. Just a quick note, I think, what's the most recent one? Mojave? Is that the most recent one? Inkscape has an issue with that. Let's go real quick to inkscape.org. Yes, I did. So when you hit download now on Inkscape, you hit Mac OS and the Intel architecture. You will get a message here saying Ventura is not supported by Inkscape. So therefore, it is unresponsive to certain mouse events. They are working on it. Ventura broke GTK3. GTK3 in Mac. I didn't know that. There's also GTK and 3 in GNOME for Linux. I wonder if Inkscape is broken for it too. It's interesting. Anyway, Monterey doesn't work with Inkscape. The mouse doesn't work. Keyboard does. Just a real quick note. Go back to inkstitch.org. I did it again. My decimal button must not be working right. All right, go back to Mac OS. We are going to download the one for Catalina. Yes, allow. Got the little icon there and the little icon there for downloading. Ding, ding, ding. Package. Let's see if I know what I'm doing. Go in Finder. Double click. Cannot be opened. This is from an unidentified developer. How do you make it for? You just do it again and now you can open. Okay. You'll be guided. Continue. Continue or install. Interesting. Put in a password, kind of like you do in Linux to install stuff. It says successful. I'm going to keep. It's a VM. The VM. This VM is not going to last long. All right, so we should be good to go. Let's go back to open up Inkscape, see if it's there. Extensions, there it is. Inkstitch about. Doesn't have a 3, but we are assuming it's a 3. And if we look at all of the stuff, lettering along path, that is a version 3 option. So we are good. We have it. Should be able to draw a line just like we do on everything else. Go to Object, Fill and Stroke. No fill. Stroke. No, let's see. Okay, I need stroke style. Give me, it's already millimeter. Make it bigger. And extensions Inkstitch. Tool satin. Convert line to satin. Working. Doesn't know how to work with it. That's fine. I did this. This happened once before. So we're going to try. Make sure your select button is selected. There's no opacity. Let's go back to fill. Make sure there's no fill. And see, stroke is not really defined, I guess. Okay, let's try it again. Extensions. Inkstitch. Tool satin. Convert line to satin. Boom. Did my very first Inkstitch thing on Mac OS. Am going to run through thread color management, install thread color palettes for Inkscape. Successfully installed. You do have to restart. Close without saving. You do have to restart Inkscape. So now on that one, or is it that one? There we go. So on that hamburger menu right there, you got all of your Inkstitch color palettes. A bunch of them. And when you select one, your color palette will change. And that is it. That's it for Mac. And now we'll move to Windows. Next up is Windows 10. Well, Windows in general. This should work for Windows 10 and 11. Jump on inkscape.org. Click Download Now. Windows Installer, MSI in this case. And there it's got it. And click Open File, or you can go to Folder and double click it, either one. I'm going to just run through the install, do everything default. And we are done. Finish. Close the browser out for now. Double click that Inkscape shortcut. You got to run Inkscape at least once before you install Inkstitch. Run through the save, thanks, uncheck that if you wish, hit new document. And we're running, so close that back out. I'm going to bring the browser back up. And you could already have downloaded it. That's fine. Inkstitch.org. Click the install button. Grab the Windows version. Download Inkstitch 3.0.0 for Windows. That's fine. I'm going to tell you I thought it was done. Oh, it's telling me it doesn't want to download it because it's not safe. keep. That's the button we're looking for. Keep. Keep anyway. Oh, Windows. All right. And I know it. We have to double click that, or we have to run that twice. More info. Run anyway. There we go. Pretty obvious that I don't run Windows daily. Finish. Close that out. Close browser. It's already done. Fire up Inkscape. And let's see if it's going to work. We'll go ahead and do thread color management. Let's see if it runs. It is successfully installed. Got to restart Inkscape. Close without saving. Refire Inkscape. Extensions, Inkstitch. Oh, you know what? Right here, this little hamburger menu down here. Now I have all of the Inkstitch color palettes. So it looks like everything's working. So that is installing Inkstitch on Windows. Next up, Linux. All right, next up, we're going to do a .deb. This is Kubuntu. I just installed it. This is Kubuntu 23.04. Checking show Inkscape. It's showing me 1.2.2 is the version. That's the same version that you can download from the website. And also checking it is coming from apt sources is US Archive Ubuntu. That means it's not a snap. So this is just fine. We're going to do it this way. Sudo apt install Inkscape. Hit yes. So Inkscape is installed. I'm going to run it that first time by just typing in Inkscape. Thanks. Uncheck that. Hit new document. And we are good to go. Fire up browser, in this case Firefox. Inkstitch.org. I spell it wrong? I didn't spell it wrong. All right. https:// Inkstitch.org. That's weird. But you saw it here first. Probably a Firefox thing, I would guess. Go Linux. Let's go .deb package. Download is done. I'm going to show it in the folder view. Right click on it. You can do either one. You can do apt qapt package installer or discover, either one. I'm going to go ahead and do that qapt package installer since it is the default first. It does take quite a few seconds to think about it. And all dependencies are satisfied. Details included. Files, install package. Must do password. And done. Close this out. I'm going to go ahead and find my Inkscape shortcut. Right there it is. Extensions Inkstitch about 3.0.0 for Linux. extensions Inkstitch, thread color management, install thread color palettes, and successfully installed. Have to restart Inkscape for it to take effect. And hamburger menu down here, there's our Inkstitch color palettes. And we're good to go. There is a bug in the RPM version. I'm going to see if it's here as well, where lettering will not. It says output cannot be parsed. There is a fix for it coming down the pipe. If you gotta have 3.0.0 right now and you're on Linux, go to the GitHub Inkstitch development page, and there is I posted the bug and the fix is inside that thread. So there you have it. That is a .deb. Alrighty, so next up is the RPM version. Of course, I'm going to do it on OpenSuse because why not, right? So, fresh install, virtual machine, OpenSuse. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go to console. We're going to go ahead and install Inkscape on Tumbleweed, OpenSuse. You don't have to worry about it being a snap or a flat pack. It'll only do that if you tell it to. So sudo zipper in Inkscape. And now that it's installed, we're going to run it. Get that first run in. Save. Thanks. Uncheck. New document. Close. And close. Maybe. Okay. We're going to fire up Firefox or any browser. Go to Inkstitch. Go to inkstitch.org. We're going to grab that RPM package. Open it up as inside the file browser. Get our panel terminal. I'm actually going to show you this without doing it that way. Let's go to terminal. So we're going to change the directory to the downloads folder. So cd downloads, dir, and there's our Inkstitch. So I'm going to sudo zipper in Inkstitch, hit tab to complete, put in our password, hit yes. Now, this in Tumbleweed, it is going to complain about verification signature failed or signature verification failed. Just hit I for ignore and it will install just fine and dandy. And it's the only one I've tried it in Fedora, is also an RPM version. It did not give me an error for signature, but it also didn't work afterwards. So I'm not sure what's up with that. So we're doing it this way. So now this is installed. Go back to Inkscape. Extensions, Inkstitch. Right there's Inkstitch. There's about 3.0. There is a bug in the Linux version that does not let you do lettering. There is a fix out. If you go to GitHub, Inkstitch, find the closed bug reports, find my report. Inside that thread, there is a fixed release or a fixed version for testing, and it does work, and I'm actually using it on my production system right now, so it does work. They will probably release a updated version pretty soon for that fix. There's other bugs too, and they're fixing those as well. So while we're in here, we're going to go ahead and go to Inkstitch Thread Color Management, install Thread Color Palettes, and it is done. We have to restart Inkscape for it to take effect. Restart Inkscape. Come down here to the hamburger menu, and there are your thread color palettes. Done and done. That's the RPM version. Let's see what's up next. What could it be? That is the script version. What might I install for that script version? Stick around. Next up is the script installer. So what I've done here, I went for the Gusto and installed Arch. And Arch is fast. It boots up fast. I gotta admit it. Arch boots fast. However, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into System Console, and we're gonna check out. We know there's no snap or Flatpak, so we're just gonna go straight for the install. That is sudo pacman -S, because why not? Inkscape. Yes, to install. And then run Inkscape. Save. Thanks. Uncheck. New document. Hit close. I did have to install a browser. In this case, I installed Firefox because why not? Go to inkstitch.org. Keyboard's killing me. Go down to install Inkstitch, get Linux, do the installer script. Open that folder up. Maximize, give me a console. Go panels, terminal. And if I remember right, it is sh // Inkstitch. Hit tab, it will autocomplete. Press enter. You don't have to do sudo actually, because it installs to the user space. Now let's run Inkscape again. Extensions, Inkstitch, about, and there it is. Simple, simple. Hit close. I did check the AUR. AUR does have Inkstitch, but right now it is on the version 2.2.0. I don't know when it will be updated. That is user repository, and it's whenever the person updating it gets to it. Let's go ahead and go thread color management, install thread colors. Successfully installed. Have to restart Inkscape. Hit my up button, Inkscape. Extension, oh no, down here at this hamburger menu, there's your Inkstitch palettes. Excellent, excellent. That's simple, that easy. Now, let's see if that same bug is in. It sure is. Right now there's a bug on Linux that does keep the lettering from working. There is a fix. I have the patch on my main system. It does work. There's a few other bugs they're fixing too. They will probably come out with a version 3.1.0 or 3.0.1 fairly soon, I'm guessing, and probably I'm right. So that will fix the Linux. If you go to the GitHub Inkstitch site, there is a fix. Under issues solved, you'll see my bug report, and inside that bug report thread there is a version you can download to fix that. That is a fix that will work until they come out with the official release, or you can stay on version 2.2.0 for now if that's working for you. So that is all of the installs that I can show you. I could show you the manual way, but then this video is probably going to be long enough as it is. So if you have any issues with installing it and you need to know how to do the manual install, just hit me up and I'll throw out a video for that. Just as always, until next time, thanks for watching.